okay, the image, and then you get the blob of binary over here that is encoded in a base 64. You don't get that. Okay. And now if you see over here, is that yeah, gone.
Sir, it is actually base 60. So can we can we decode it in the online? Can we see what is inside?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. But the thing is that I can try that. I have set another exercise for that base 64 part actually. Um, I can just showcase that to you. But here, why I'm not picking this one is that I don't know if this base 64. It seems like it might turn out to be the binary of the GIF file, and if it would make sense or not, and what kind of GIF file is there. Should I view that or not? So that's one of the things. But what you can do is that, let's say I copy this over here, okay, and I think, guys, you might already know one of the best site to do that is CyberSec. Okay, so this is a website that I will say just bookmark it. This is one of the best website from where you can do all those stuff like decoding anything or encrypting, decrypting, what all things. Okay, so if I give the input as this one, okay, so this is a potential base 64. Let's see. Let's see. So what I do is from base 64. So I'll just drag this one down. Okay, and then it kind of, you see, it actually kind of decrypted that, decoded that base 64 blurb into something else. And this one might be, let's say, might be I saved this file and it might be a GIF file. It can be possibly. So let me just try that once again. Let me just try that. Just give me 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so thing is that this will again kind of proceed into the malware analysis part actually. So I don't want to kind of go inside that thing. But overall thing is that what I mean to say is that obviously, like, bookmark this website. If it says base 64 in that thing, you can kind of decode that easily using this website. Okay, and there are a lot of other things that you can do over here. There are a lot of things like forensics, let's say URL decoding, encoding, like public key and all. A lot of features are there in the website. You can kind of utilize that. But the thing is that I saved this blur as a GIF file. The reason was that because it was saying as to me as GIF, but it didn't open up as a GIF file. Okay, so definitely there is something malicious which will require more deeper analysis. But for now, let's not make things complicated, and let's see, like, okay, it was telling me as an Adobe Flash Player, something Adobe Flash Player as something malicious. So here I don't see that Adobe Flash Player. Obviously, if I go to this one and let's see, I go over here and follow an HTTP string. Okay, it says that, okay, the person, that website was showing as, okay, it's something that, okay, the user need to visit adobe.com/get/player, and then there are certain binaries. It definitely look malicious. We need to kind of do more deeper analysis, which will take a little bit more time because it's more inside the malware analysis part, and I have not covered anything on top of that. Maybe it will confuse you guys more. So that's one thing. The other thing what I saw is that the next packet, if you see over here, the next packet over here. So what the thing is that this wire search, if you just go over here and do follow HTTP stream, it will consolidate all the HTTP request and response in one single pan over here. Okay, so if I go to the next one, I see that there is something being asked. If you see X plus version, okay, so what this is doing is, just go to that one. Okay, so it seems like this the system is asking actually the server for some kind of a flash file. Okay, some kind of flash file, and the URL is definitely this one, the host is this one, and the URI is this one, which is restless neck deliver, something like that. And thing is that if you see the response of this by the server, so this is a response, the blue one are the response, and if you see This response actually start with the word CWS. Okay, CWS. And now let's say, and what this CWS is? This CWS is actually related to the uh, yeah, uh, so let me just see that. Yeah, if you see the three signatures for the flash, FWS, SC, FWS is actually is the reverse way of flash, SWF, FWS, then CWS and JWS. So from here, we are pretty sure that there was some kind of like malicious flash content actually that was sent to the receiver or the requester. Okay, so so this is another way to kind of get that kind of info that okay, this is if you see there's a very big chunk. And now guys, one other thing what I have told you that uh, other thing is that obviously you can like if you have the HTTP response header of the server, definitely what you can also do is look at the content length what we were discussing yesterday and figure out okay, are there any chunks of data which is like quite huge. So over here definitely this packet will definitely come into picture that okay, the amount of content length, if you see the content, so it doesn't has, if you see this response, definitely the content length, content type is HTML, a ggif, but I don't see that content length. So definitely that will not come as a highlighter if you do the content length check. But maybe with some kind of scripting, again, you can figure out what's the kind of total number of bytes in that and figure out, okay, like from here, we can quickly see that, okay, it's definitely indeed kind of a malicious part. There's some kind of flash exploit that is in action and definitely it is something related to the exploit kit that is being used. There's another way to kind of let me just quickly figure out that. There's another way to do that is uh, just do that. Just quickly check it out. Okay, so it has a the Wiresock has a functionality like whatever files were downloaded from HTTP. It seems like it has a functionality like you go to the file and export object and click on the HTTP. So let me just quickly follow that up. So if I just close it out and if I just go to the file and export object and the HTTP over here. So and maybe let's say I and over here you can see all the files like all the GIF files you can just export it out directly from here. Okay. So what I can do is let's say I go to and if you see the open.b, which is like little malicious. So you have CSS file, you have JS file. So this is a very good feature of the Wireshark. So I will again repeat myself. You go to the file, you go to the export objects, and then there's an option called HTTP. Okay. And once you do that, you get a list of all the files that were kind of you can like kind of export all those files. Okay. So the open.b, and then let me go to the one that we were looking for, the malicious domain part. And let me see if it that thing got highlighted somewhere. So the host was let me just go to that. This was EP. Okay. So now you have this one, right? EPZ1 and EPZ1, and then you have certain files over here like file other. So obviously it is not able to kind of figure out. It is not. Thing is that because the content type was actually a little bit misleading over here. The one that was set by the that was set uh, by the attacker. It was text HTML. So it was a little bit misleading because it was having some kind of flash layer binary coming in. But we have like text HTML, and maybe what we can do is that we can kind of let's say we can save all this. And what we can do is so let me just try once again. I'll just try to save all this. Give me 1 second, guys. Save all. Okay, let me just do one thing. Just quickly.
So I have a question here.
Yes.